Welcome back to another episode of Bombshell 1111 Girl Talk Series Podcast. Bombshell 1111 is a platform created to teach ways to nourish the mind, body, and soul. This platform allows this podcast to create weekly content on podcasts with special guests each week that will stimulate your spiritual, mental, and physical growth. The podcasts are played on social media platforms such as Spotify, YouTube, Anchor Radio Station, Apple Podcasts, and more. This station has been created to allow us to interact with each other to share knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and light. So without further ado, please help me welcome your host and founder of Bombshell 1111 Girl Talk Series, Kia.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bombshell 1111 Podcast. My name is Kia, and I'm your host. Tonight, we have another special episode of Trap Season for Music Heads. And tonight, you guys, our special guest is CSB out of Columbus, Ohio. He's an independent rapper and owner of CSB Music. So without further ado, let's welcome him to the show, you guys. Oh, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Well, thank you so much for deciding to come on tonight to be a guest of Bombshell 1111 Podcast. I'm so thankful that you decided to come on and be a host. Once we get into the episode tonight, I'm quite sure after me hearing your story, I'm definitely knowing that it's going to inspire someone as well once you're able to share your story throughout this episode. But until then, for those who don't know who you are and where you're from, can you let the listeners know your name and where you're from and just a little bit of what you're representing before we get into our discussion here tonight?
Right. For people that don't know me, named JD. Grew up Eastside of Columbus, moved from the Eastside of Cleveland, Ohio. And they call me CSB JD, short for Janon Duncan.
Okay. And what does the CSB stand for?
Well, it's really like an abbreviation of the street I lived on, Cushing Dr.
Okay.
You can use it for anything. Can't stop banking music. You feel me?
Okay. Okay. So, CSB, for those who don't know, how long have you been as an independent rapper? How long have you been an independent rapper or in the rap game? Yeah.
Really, I just started about 4 months ago. I mean, me and my brothers, we grew up rapping. That he had his own little label thing he always wanted us to do, but I ain't really take it serious. So it was so I give it about 4 to 5 months.
Yeah. What made you decide to take it seriously?
I mean, I tried back in 2000, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brothers, we started off. It was really called FGE, Fly Gangster Entertainment.
Yeah.
But everything didn't go right with that. A little accident occurred, so I separated myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then, my other brother, he lost his life in this deal with the streets, and he was rapping.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself and just move forward with his rap career. So I'm just doing it for me and myself and him.
Oh, that's good. I'm sorry to hear that about your brother. I think that's a very humbling thing for you to do. So for those who don't know your story with your brother, can you dig a little deeper into that and kind of let us know where, exactly where did you said you picked up from where he left off. Can you give us the backstory behind that? What kind of started you guys with the rapping and what happened to him that led you to do this?
Right. See, he was from Chicago, so he all about music for real. So he was born and raised in Chicago, moved to Columbus.
Yeah.
Playing around, he chilling, writing.
Mm-hmm.
He took it. He was the one taking it serious for real.
Mm-hmm.
He used to have me try to come to the studio, but I wasn't really into that. Like, I ain't smoke or drink. He was like, I mean, he wasn't really into the smoking and drinking, but he smoked, got high, freestyle or whatever. But other than that, I don't really know the little case about him being killed or the little him losing his life. But after he gone, I was like, before I even started the CSB, I had it abbreviated after his name, called RAC, called Royalty and Quality Productions, stands for RAC. But I just like, people weren't paying attention to that, so I just went on and just made it CSB from the street that we grew up on.
Yeah.
So,
why do you think people paid more attention to you changing the name to the street that you grew up on? Why do you think that drew more attraction to,
because the street that I grew up on it since I moved from Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, and I grew like a lot of, like, I knew a lot of people on the street.
Yeah.
Started bringing people to the street, doing that. So I started bringing my street name out in the street. Everybody was throwing parties, and so it's just like the street just became a little hood or whatever. So we was just, and then after that, I'm like, I'm about to just take this into the music and just abbreviate it.
So since you have decided, and you said you've been doing this for about 4 months now, correct?
Yeah.
So since you've been doing this now for the past 4 months, what has been the most difficult thing for you to endure on this journey within these past 4 months as starting off as an independent rapper?
So far as to me, it's like to me it's like scary money don't make money. Like, you really gotta have money to like really invest. You gotta get your promotions and all that. That's about the hardest thing. But because I mean, I got the name, I got the image.
Yeah.
It's just it's gonna be hard. It's just hard. It's like, I ain't gonna say it's hard. You just gotta keep focused and just keep going towards your goals. Set goals every day and what you gotta do, and make sure you feel like you reach those goals. So,
what do you feel makes you different from any other independent rap artist that has came out prior to you within these past 4 months that you've been in the game? What makes your style, or what makes you different, or separates you from what you've seen thus far, and that's continuing to come out as it relates to independent rappers?
Me so far, I mean, everybody got their stories. Everybody got their stories of how they made it and where they came from. I mean, I can't say anything different. I can relate to a lot. But only thing different in me is just I'm myself. So
yeah,
I can't be nobody else but me, and this is working for being a better me.
I can feel you on that. Well, I know you. Okay, we've been talking about the thing that influenced you to do the music. And part of the story is because of the tragedy that happened to your brother. But then there was some things that happened to you. Would you like to share that? And in sharing that, if you decide to, was that part of your journey as well that helped you decide to take the rap game seriously, to start thinking about being being serious with being an independent rapper?
Yeah. I mean, like, it seemed like most people that grow up and rap in their city, like, you can't stay in one spot, and that's what happened with me. That's why I've been all out and about. My situation was, I fell out with a couple people. Well, I fell out with a person, and when I was back locked up in like 2017, and it led to the streets. Other than like, fell out at the mall. I made a little song about it. Fell out at the mall.
Yeah.
I mean, dude knew where I lived out on Cushing, of course. Like, dude knew where I stayed. And we was basically retaliating, beefing situation, and stuff just got out of hand. Yeah. Then recently, back in December, I made a little story on my page, basically dropping my location, and I wouldn't let my location be known for somebody to pull up or anything, but December 19th, somebody pulled up and like shot up the car while I was literally sitting in the car making a song.
Wow.
Like every time I hear that beat.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking up this beat, and then the beat that came on the day I got out the hospital, I heard the beat, and it's just like, dang, I remember what happened. Like,
yeah,
somebody pulled up and shot up the car. Luckily, I only got hit once, so got rushed to the hospital. Was in there. Well, I got out New Year's Eve. So
whoa.
I was good after that. I'm straight now. I'm up on my feet. Man, that's what motivated me too, cause I can't stay in one spot, so I gotta move. It's either that or something else. But everybody telling me not to retaliate, but I retaliated in the music because that's what I want to do.
Right. Wow. Well, it's a blessing for you to be here. Because that was something unexpected, and you definitely wasn't looking out for that, and God was definitely with you. So, I just met you, during our interview, but I'm thankful for you still being able to be here to do an interview with me, because you couldn't have been. So,
right.
Wow, that's crazy. So with all the things that have happened to you, within your personal life, with you, with your friend, what would you say is the vision for your songs, or the message that you're trying to send to your audience?
Message I'm trying to send to my audience, like, well, right now, like my thing is like my music right now is like on and off. 1 minute is about something deep about my life, and then 1 minute is about just some random little thing just to go to the studio, just to drop. But like my main focus is like what I've been through, and like people that can relate. Like, that's what I want people to hear, like a story, just to keep like putting out stories, and just put it into music, make it do something with a beat.
Yeah. Well, your latest single that you most recently released, what is the story behind that? I know it has a lot to do with your journey with your friend and with your brother, and with things that have happened to you and people that have passed away. But can you talk a little bit about your single and what inspired you to do it? And what do you see the future for that particular song being, or what do you want that song to, potentially lead you to as far as your independent rap career?
See, what's so crazy about that song is like I was speaking to what happened to me to existence. So like I made that song before all this, and then it's like I felt some type of way about the dude that got my video recorded, because he was trying to send me the video, and I feel like if I would have died that day, he would have posted it, and it would have been like, I wouldn't be able to tell my story behind that. But my story behind that is like, it's called Second Chances, and like I feel like it ain't no second chances. Like I now like I got a second chance at life, but it was like ain't no, like first chance I take it, I'm gonna take it. Ain't no second chances. I don't want to look back on nothing.
Yeah.
Due to my best friend brother dying, can't get him back, no second chance for that. Then my auntie passed back like about 4 years ago. Can't get that back, so there's no second chances. And I mean, I could go back to being in the streets, hustling for money, trying to provide for my family. And basically in the song, that's what I was talking about. Like, I used to post up on Cushing, eating noodles for dinners. Like I don't want that no more. Like I'm trying to move forward. Like that made me stronger than to what I am today. So I'm gonna keep moving forward.
So what are some of the things that you're working on right now, or what are some things that you have to come? Do you have any upcoming events, or are you working on anything in particular to give you further exposure, being that you just came out about 4 months ago?
Yeah, right now I had to did this little. See, I can't even go back to the city for real, 'cause I can't go back to the city, but I had a little performance back in the city in Columbus. But I didn't even get to go to that, so I went to this little one in Atlanta. Got this little show.
Okay.
I won a little contest, little performance showcase.
Okay.
So they open for the song. I forget his name, but he got a little birthday upcoming thing, little event coming, and he want me to perform to open up for him in April next month in New York. So I'm gonna be finding out that. Hopefully everything will go great with that, because you know the little corona going around. So I don't want that to be canceled. So I'm just hoping and praying that everything go well with that, so I can go ahead and take that flight.
Are you going to be making any singles within the next couple of months, going into the summer or anything like that?
Oh yeah. I got something, like I haven't even been to the studio. My last song that I dropped was basically me retaliating to me getting shot. So I ain't really trying to get into that, because that's more to the street life, and that ain't what I'm trying to go back to. But I just ain't feel right about me just getting out the hospital and then dudes, because you feel me, the dudes. So I just retaliated to that. But yeah, right now I'm just stacking up all my little music that I got in my notes, beats and all. As soon as I hit the studio, I'm going crazy.
I'm here. Yes. So, well, that's
Hello?
what's up. That we're definitely gonna be looking out for that. Yeah. So, how I've been checking you out, like on the social media, the Instagram, and I see that you have your YouTube page is growing. How does it feel for you to only be out within 4 months and to kind of have a lot of traction towards your music and your style? Yeah.
Me, everything going slow, but patience is the key. That's why I'm just chilling right now. I'm chilling, so I'm just I'm letting everything rise right now. I'm trying to get my Instagram. My Instagram was down for a little minute. That's what really was drawing my attention to my YouTube channel. Yeah. I was blocked from a couple of little things because I had too much. I really bought my Instagram back like a couple years ago, but I was blocked from like sharing and posting for a little minute. So now that's back up running. So I'm really just been trying to find a new producer, because you know I moved out of the city, so I ain't really got the same producer that was recording my music done with.
For people who are listening that are tuning in to this episode, where are you looking for producers, just in case there are some that are listening to tonight's show and may be interested in working with you? Where are you looking for producers at, in what particular cities or states or areas?
So far right now, since I'm in Dayton, I'm gonna be looking for something in Dayton. And since I'm back and forth to Atlanta.
Well, you guys, you heard it here. So if he needs, if you guys want to work with him, you check out his music on YouTube. In a little bit here, he's going to give you the information on how to contact him and his social media platforms. So if you want to work with CSB, you're more than welcome to contact him and reach out. So let's keep moving with the interview. I know I ask this question to almost every independent rapper, whether female or male, that comes on the podcast. If you could have an opportunity to work with anyone, whether them being a famous performer or someone that's independent starting off, who would you want to collaborate with and why? Oh my God, everybody say that's a hard one.
Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, I got my favorite rappers, but it ain't like.
Okay.
Now, I would feel like I would want to work with.
Okay.
Roddy Ricch.
Okay. That's it.
Yeah, Roddy Ricch.
That's it. That's all.
Like I really, cause like Roddy, yeah. It's more. Like I don't really want to work with young boy because he different to me. When he first came out, I could relate to him. I mean, I could relate to him now, but everybody's in this case right now, so I ain't trying to.
Now let's just say, let's go back to like the home level. What because you're from Columbus, Ohio. That's where you're based out of. Who would you want to work with as it relates to independent rappers in your area or whomever that you know of? Who would you want to work with as it relates to independent rapper? Yeah.
Independent rapper right now. He just passed too. He just passed what?
Okay.
A couple weeks.
Okay. And why would you why would you have wanted to work with him?
Mojo. His music, like I relate to his music as well, but he more street, like straight to it. Grew up still in the streets. He just passed pass. He got killed for drive-by shooting like last week, but other than him,
oh my God! So we gonna stay with the box then, right?
For real.
Okay. So we'll stay with the box then. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my home city, he blowing up right. He been blowing up for the last from Cleveland, Ohio.
And why would you want to work with him?
Q Money. He from the same hood as my dad. So I know what he's been through.
So let's move on then. I have some more for you.
Work with him.
What, like, for someone that's starting off, because it's a lot of unknown and unseen talent as far as it relates in the Black community, especially the younger population in the new millenniums. What piece of advice would you give to someone who would be listening to our podcast tonight and saying, like, man, I really want to start off, being an independent rapper, whether it being a female or a male, but they have some type of fear or they're scared that they're not going to make it or not be as great. With you being, somewhat new, not extremely new, because 4 months you've been in there some time now, you've gotten used to the ins and outs, so to speak. What piece of advice would you give someone starting off?
Starting off, right now, let's say, just stay on your grind first. Get to where you trying to go first. Like, make sure you got your goals set so then you can just go ahead and reach them. And with me, when I was doing mine, it was like I didn't even have no goals at first.
Yeah.
So for people that don't have goals, just do it for the fun until you really start feeling yourself. And then when you start feeling yourself, you just gonna get the vibe.
Why do you say
you're gonna know where you want to head and what you're gonna
play
do
with
with
it until you get ready to take it seriously?
Because if you get frustrated more when you try to take it serious and you ain't getting that type of attention that you want or that you feel that you need. So it's gonna be like you're gonna be frustrated with yourself more than with you. Because you're gonna always.
It's so crazy you say that because I did an interview with Coach Flocka out of Baltimore, Maryland, a couple of nights ago, and she said something very similar. And her being a female independent rapper, she says that she gets more love from males more so than females. And you would think she would get it from the females, though, being that she is a female, but her music relates more to males. So she said something very similar. So I guess that's just something that's within that community, the rap community, that same mind frame. Have you...
Yeah, that's one thing. Like when you, when you making music, you gonna always have that person to say something
Mhm.
negative. Just don't even reply. You ain't even gotta reply to negative or positive. As long as you feeling yourself, just keep moving. That's all you gotta worry about. You ain't gotta worry about. I mean, it's good to get some feedback because that's what's gonna keep you motivated. But if you ain't got the motivation in yourself, you ain't gonna make it for it. Like I feel like you what is it? Like if somebody don't like you, somebody else.
That's
will.
true.
Like it's too
That's
many people
true.
on this earth
That
for
is
someone
definitely
to fall
true.
down because one person say one thing.
And what you saying that touches on another question that I have for you.
Well, it's all up to you.
A couple of minutes ago, you said that you just kind of reopened up your social media platforms a couple of years ago, specifically Instagram. For individuals who try to self-promote and like you said, they get discouraged because there's always going to be one person that may have negative comments. For those that, promote themselves on social media and they get discouraged because they don't get as many likes as the other independent rapper, what piece of advice would you give someone who's self-promoting themselves and social media is the platform for them?
See, that's one thing. That's one thing I used to do too. Like, I still do it today. You gonna always have competition. Like, it don't matter where you go. It don't matter where you go, unless you just that person that just on top. But either way you go, you still gonna have competition. So it's like I just lost the words, but like you can't worry about what other people got to say. Like, I mean, like you really,
right.
I mean, you
right.
don't care, but
right.
if they get under your skin, you can't let nobody get under your skin.
How did you
mess up something?
What was your technique or your strategy when, for example, like even now, when you post something new that you most recently released, or even your new single that you released, and you don't get the feedback that you were expecting? What do you feel in that moment, and then how do you deal with those feelings that you have to keep you pushing and moving forward?
I sometimes sit back and think to myself, like, dang, is this how people really feel? But I'll be like, I don't even care, because I just ride their wave. Like, I ride their wave. Like,
okay, I feel you. I feel you. Okay.
But
yeah.
Since y'all want me to stop, I'm gonna just keep going. And I ain't never been the type to give up. I ain't never give
basically
up.
You saying
so
to persevere through the negative.
Never for me, I feel like.
Okay. So let's get into talking about your song. The ultimate reason why you came on the podcast tonight to promote your new single. Can you let the listeners know when it was released and the name of it, and then also where they can download or purchase it and check the video out?
Yep. Song CSBJD, Second Chances, released about a month ago, about 2 months ago. Like, I'm glad it got released 2 months ago, because I was so crazy. I made the song before everything happened, like me having a second chance at life and all that. And then when I got to the hospital, I released it. So it was like everything just fell into plan. So you can look it up on YouTube, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud.
And then you also have a video for it as well, correct?
It's basically all the platforms for real.
And where's that video? YouTube. So you guys make sure you go and check out his latest single.
Video, YouTube.
On all the social media platforms. In just a minute here, I'm going to let him introduce his song, and we're going to play it for you guys so you can hear it here first on Bombshell 1111 podcast. So without further ado, C$B, can you please introduce your song for the listeners so that we can let them get a feel of your new track?
CSBJD, Second Chance.
Ain't no second chances, first chance I'ma take it. Hell no, ain't no faking. Told my niggas we gon' make it. Those my brothers, so it ain't no need to change it. So we get into the basement, came from the bottom like the basement. And these niggas, they so envy, tryna snake me. Gotta keep up with no safety, I can't let these niggas take me. I was locked up in that cell, being cases for 12, them bitches racist, they gon' hate me when I make it. I was locked up in that cell, ain't had no childhood. Beat my case and told my niggas that we all good. Used to post up on the cushion with them killers, eating noodles just for dinner. Got more money, don't make you realer. Yeah, I started, so I'ma finish it. Money with the world, I'm starting to see the shit. Shots getting close, I'm tired of hearing it. Bitches, they be lying, acting innocent. Play you like an instrument. Showing they love, I ain't feeling it. Taking risks, taking chances, but I'm only just advancing. See these haters through my lenses, but I'm only taking glances. They can't stop me from financing. You should know these circumstances. Try to reason, I'ma blame me, especially fucking with my family. Man, I do this for my mama. She got really crazy when my grandma lost her daughter. Lost Chiraq, man, that was really like my brother. FG and my brothers, you wait that so good, man, I don't trust ya. Man, I really do this for my mama. She got really crazy when my grandma lost her daughter. FG and my brothers, you wait that circle, then I don't trust ya.
Welcome back, everybody. So we just heard CSB's latest single. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. You can definitely tell you poured your heart into that track. Definitely can tell that you was going through some things and that it's a real story. Yeah. That's my feedback on that, and I told you before, I can feel it. Maybe because I've been through some similar things in my personal life with people that have passed away. So I definitely I told you I listened to it about 5 or 6 times, repeatedly. So how do you feel hearing that song played back to you after you've written it down on paper for a while and thought about it for a while? How does that feel to actually see the video and then to hear the song begin played back to you?
See, I freestyled that song, like it just came to me out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
What was so crazy, the beat was called Second Chances.
Mm-hmm.
And I freestyled it at first. And then I just went on and just wrote it down. And as soon as I wrote it down, I'm like, I need to go to the studio. And I just went to the studio and got to record it.
Yeah.
To me, I don't feel like I did my best on it, because I was really like, I really just started going to the studio. Like, that was probably like my 4th song I done made.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think maybe because, I think that's with anything though. And you can, let me know if you agree with me or no. But I think that's with anything. If you love something, or if something is very sentimental to you and you pour your heart into it, it's gonna be better than what you expect. Right. You kind of always gonna have those prejudices about yourself because you're gonna want to be a perfectionist. But to see the amount of traction that you have had towards it, and then I even went and looked at the video on YouTube. And nowadays it's not about the likes and things like that, but in order to get to where you need to be, it is, especially on the YouTube platform. And thus far, you've gotten a lot of likes and a lot of views. So I would definitely say that's a high point for you right now. With this latest single, would you not agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I would definitely not doubt myself that I didn't do as best as you would want to, but I think you did a great job. So that's just my compliment to you.
See, I love the video, because that was like really like one of my first videos I shot at, like, and that was at my mom's house.
Okay.
But it ain't go as planned as I wanted. Like, I was supposed to have my brothers, my mom in there. My mom was literally that little hallway I was in. She was in the room on the phone the whole time I didn't record it, but I wasn't tripping. But I'm like, I might just go ahead and, like, my brothers in them was supposed to be in it. And then myself, forget I'm about to just go ahead and get this done.
So let me ask you a question. Like, to think back on your life and the stories that you share with us tonight, with your brother being, basically murdered, and then, you getting shot not long after. How does it feel to be where you are now versus where you were?
I ain't where I want to be right now, but everything's getting better and everything is going great so far for me. I'm blessed to be still on this earth walking. And I thank God for that.
So like for young guys that may not have an option but to have to stay within the street life and not have a way out or wanting a way out, you once said that you were and you decided to go a different path. What piece of advice would you give young men or even young women that's on that same path that you once used to be?
Keep your circle. I'm gonna say, just keep your circle tight.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just you, just stick to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you gonna have people around you that's gonna it's envy and jealousy going around, so they gonna feel that they need to take from you. They gonna put you down to make them feel better.
Yeah.
And growing up like in the streets is like ain't nothing there for you. Only thing you get was females,
Mm-hmm.
couple money, but that stuff don't last long. Everything's temporary to me.
Yes. Even people.
It's just how you go about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Totally agree. I just want to thank you so much for.
I thank you though.
Oh, you're very welcome. We vibe from the very beginning. You got a whole good vibe, and for you to be just starting golf, number one, I think you're very humble. Number two, you're not trying to be something that you're not. You're being your true self. What you see on social media is what you get in person. Your whole vibe, your whole personality is very mature. And I think that as long as you keep that, I think you'll be successful in the route that you're trying to go in. And I hope that you get to collaborate with some people like you want to.
Right.
And with that being said, you guys, always remember, you are the bomb within your own shell. Peace, love, and light. Until next time, you guys, good night. If you enjoyed this podcast, please make sure you subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted, rate, review, and share this podcast with your family and friends. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope you're leaving with some valuable information that can help you on your personal journey. Also, check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Bombshell1111 or at Bombshell1111 TV. You can also check out our mental health page, Your Health is Your Wealth, on Facebook, which is a page created to inform and support individuals with mental health and other health conditions. And with that being said, always remember, you guys, you are a bomb within your own shell. And until next time, peace, love, and light.